All right, here we are. Welcome back. We've come to the final and honestly, maybe the most important part of his whole journey together. Today, we're going to zero in on a step that, well, it gets overlooked all the time, but it is absolutely crucial for making all your hard work actually stick, and that is celebrating your wins.
I want you to just think back for a second, back to when you first started this process. Remember that feeling? That nagging sense of doubt, that feeling of being an imposter. It was probably a constant companion, right? But now, look at where you are. This is the how it's going. You've actually made a huge transformation. You are now equipped with real tools, real insights that have totally changed the game, changed your relationship with that feeling. That's huge. We got to take a moment to really honor that.
So before we even start talking about what's next, it's so important that we look back and truly acknowledge the ground you've already covered. And trust me, this isn't just about patting yourself on the back to feel good. It's way more strategic than that. This is about cementing everything you've learned. I mean, seriously, you've already done so much work. You've actually explored what triggers that imposter feeling. You've identified that inner critic's voice. Maybe you even gave it a name, so you can spot it a mile away. You've started to actively challenge those limiting beliefs it's been feeding you. And you've begun to visualize a more confident you. These are not small things, okay? These are major, significant victories.
And that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? The whole point of this was never about magically making every single negative thought vanish forever. I mean, come on, that's just not how our brains work. The real win, the actual victory, is creating a brand new relationship with those thoughts, one where they just don't get to run the show anymore. They don't have the final say.
Okay, so that brings us right here to the power of celebration. And I want to be super clear about this. This is not some fluffy, feel-good, optional extra step. No way. Celebration is a necessity. It is a tactical tool you use to lock in all the changes you've worked so hard to make.
So what's really going on in our heads here? Well, the key idea is something called internalizing success. Think of it like this. It's the difference between knowing in your head that you did a good job and actually truly believing it in your gut. It's about letting your accomplishments really sink in, letting them become a real part of who you see yourself as. And that is the ultimate antidote to feeling like an imposter.
And this quote just nails it. Celebrating progress helps to internalize successes and reinforce the belief in one's capabilities. See, the act of celebrating, it's not just a party for the moment. It is the actual mechanism that helps rewire our brains to believe in what we can do. It's a direct connection. You celebrate, you internalize, and you build a stronger, more resilient belief in yourself.
Yeah, this is a real thing that happens in your brain. It's a cognitive process. Every single time you pause and consciously acknowledge a win, big or small, you are literally strengthening the neural pathways for confidence. It's like going to the gym for your self-belief. You're building a stronger, faster connection in your brain that just says, yep, I can do this. I am capable.
Okay, so I think we get the why now, right? It's super important. So let's pivot to the how. How do we actually do this? Well, we're going to walk through a simple but really powerful toolkit for turning these kind of abstract wins into solid, concrete confidence.
It all boils down to 3 simple, easy-to-remember steps. You can see them right here. Reflect, record, and ritualize. Just think of this as your new habit for building up that self-belief. So, let's break each one down.
First up is reflect, and this means really taking a minute for some active, conscious thought. Don't just blow past your progress. Hit the pause button. Get really specific. What has actually changed? I mean, did you speak up in that meeting where you normally would have stayed quiet? Did you catch that inner critic starting up and just stop it in its tracks? Those little details, that's the good stuff. That's what really matters.
Okay, next up, record. This is huge. You have to get this stuff out of your head and onto paper, or into a note on your phone, whatever works. What were your biggest breakthroughs? Those aha moments? You know, maybe it was the realization that your inner critic sounds exactly like a certain person from your past. Or maybe you finally saw one of those limiting beliefs for what it really is. Total fiction. When you write these down, when you name them, you own them.
All right, so reflecting and recording, that's all about looking at what you've already done. Now, let's flip the script and see how we can build this into a system for the future. Because the goal here is to make celebrating your wins a proactive, ongoing thing in your life. And here's a super simple framework for that. Step 1, identify a future win. What's something you're working towards? Step 2, choose a reward that's actually meaningful to you. Doesn't have to be expensive or big, just something you'll genuinely look forward to. And then step 3, and this is key, acknowledge the why. What does this win actually represent?
It's not just about checking a box. It's proof of your growth. It's a symbol of your courage and your capability.
And this is something you've really got to remember. This isn't a one-time fix. Overcoming imposter syndrome isn't like a finish line you cross and you're done forever. No, it's a lifelong practice. It's a new set of habits, a new way of thinking that you just keep cultivating. And celebration, that's the tool that keeps the engine running.
So as we start to bring this all together, it really boils down to one thing: your commitment. A commitment to yourself and a commitment to cementing all the incredible progress you've already made.
You know, this quote really says it all perfectly. Recognizing your progress, it's not just about feeling good in the moment. Every single time you do it, you're laying another brick in the foundation of your confidence, a foundation that's going to be there for you when the next challenge pops up. And let's be honest, there's always going to be a next challenge. The real question is, how are you going to meet it? This whole process gives you the answer.
Okay, let's make this real. Right now. What is one small commitment you can make today to put this into practice? Seriously, just one thing. Maybe it's setting a weekly reminder on your phone to jot down one win from the week. Maybe it's promising yourself you'll tell a friend about something you're proud of. Whatever it is, make it specific and make it something you can actually do.
And so that leaves us with this one last question to carry with you. How are you going to use this power of celebration to build your resilience, to really internalize your own worth, and to face whatever is coming next with that confidence that you have absolutely earned? You've done the hard work. Now it's time to celebrate.